What was your biggest we need to leave now moment? Last summer, my sister and I were driving cross-country to her new job in Portland. We'd been on the road for 2 days, taking our time, stopping at quirky roadside attractions and small diners. It was one of those perfect sibling road trips. Windows down, music loud, sharing stories while the American landscape rolled past us. Sarah had finally landed her dream job as a graphic designer, and I'd volunteered to help her move, secretly thrilled at the excuse for an adventure. Around 3 p.m. on our second day, we pulled into this tiny gas station in rural Wyoming. The whole town couldn't have had more than 200 people, surrounded by endless golden fields that stretched to the horizon. A faded sign read, "Welcome to Cedar Creek, population 187, with the numbers looking like they'd been changed more than once. My sister went inside to pay while I pumped gas, enjoying the strange quietness that only exists in places this remote. That's when I noticed him, the attendant. A mid-40s, overweight guy with greasy hair, standing behind the counter but staring at us through the grimy window, not just looking, but studying us with an intensity that made my skin crawl. He was writing something down in a small notebook, glancing up at our car, then back at whatever he was scribbling. When Sarah came back out 10 minutes later, she was unusually quiet. She slid into the passenger seat and immediately locked her door. He asked a lot of weird questions, she whispered, her voice tight with unease. Where we're headed, if we're traveling alone, how long we've been driving. Said we looked tired, asked if we needed somewhere to rest. Kept insisting there was a nice, quiet motel just outside town where we could stay the night. Really pushing it, you know? I shrugged it off initially, though something cold was settling in my stomach. Small town people are chatty, right? But then he followed us outside. Stood there in the doorway watching as we pulled away, phone pressed to his ear, speaking in urgent, hushed tones. In my rearview mirror, I saw him pointing directly at our license plate, gesturing wildly like he was giving someone detailed directions. Sarah, did you tell him where we're going? Yeah, why? Said we were heading to Portland. My stomach dropped. Something was very, very wrong. 5 miles down the road, a beat-up pickup truck appeared behind us, dark blue with a dented front bumper and tinted windows. It was staying exactly 3 car lengths back, matching our speed perfectly. When I slowed down to 55, it slowed down. When I sped up to 70, it sped up. Sarah, don't turn around, but I think we're being followed. To test my theory, I took a random exit toward a town called Riverside, my heart hammering. The truck followed without hesitation. I took 3 random turns through quiet residential streets, still there, maintaining that same eerie distance. What do we do? Sarah's voice was shaking now. I remembered something my dad had drilled into me. If you think you're being followed, drive straight to a police station. Never go home. Never stop anywhere isolated. I grabbed my phone with trembling fingers. No GPS signal. Perfect. We need to find the police station. Now. I drove toward what looked like the town center, the truck still trailing us like a shadow. Finally, I spotted a small police building next to City Hall. I pulled right up to the front door, tires squealing slightly. The pickup truck immediately turned down a side street and disappeared like smoke. Inside, the officer was middle-aged and skeptical, clearly thinking we were just paranoid city girls. That changed when I described the gas station attendant and his behavior. The officer's expression shifted completely. You girls just dodged a bullet, he said grimly, reaching for his radio. We've been tracking a human trafficking ring operating along this highway corridor. That gas station's been flagged multiple times for suspicious activity. That attendant's been feeding information to some very dangerous people. You did exactly the right thing coming here. They escorted us back to the interstate in a patrol car, and we didn't stop driving until we reached Denver, our hands still shaking hours later.